Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat Nagpal. You're watching iGyaan. Today we're checking out the new Motorola Moto One Macro. So without further ado, let's quickly get started. After a few successful One series devices, Motorola has launched the One Macro. The phone gets its name from one of the cameras that is on the back of the phone, which is a macro camera with a macro lens. And one of them is a macro camera, which means that you can take really up close and tight shots with this phone, and hence the name the Moto One Macro. If you do a one over with the device over at the front, you have a 6.2-inch HD plus display. So that means it's a 1520 by 720 pixel display. So not even a full HD, but it does have 270 ppi. The front facing camera is also in a teardrop, and it's an 8 megapixel front facing camera with an f2.2 aperture. You can also use a screen flash to illuminate your face by brightening up the screen when you're clicking pictures. If we turn over to the bottom of the device, you'll see the microphone, the USB-C port, and the speaker. On the right are the power buttons and the volume buttons. On the top is the 3.5mm headphone jack and the noise cancelling microphone. On the left is the SIM tray, which is a hybrid tray, which means you can have two SIM cards or one SIM card and one micro SD card. On the back is where all the cameras are. There is a 13 megapixel main sensor, which is an f2.0 sensor, and this also has laser autofocus, and you can see the laser module is over there as well. There are two more cameras. There's a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and there's also a 2 megapixel dedicated macro lens, which is what will allow you to take those up close shots. The user interface is also extremely clean. It's your usual Motorola interface with rounded icons. It's more or less stock Android. You do have a couple of apps that are loaded by Motorola, including the Moto app that allows you to set up Moto actions, and also the Moto display. The phone is really sleek. It's got rounded corners. It fits really well in the hand. It's not the usual elongated Moto One series that we've been seeing. So it's a standard aspect in terms of the display, and it is also a nicer grippy phone when compared to some of the other phones that we've seen in the past. Now the Moto One Macro is run on a Helio P70 chip with a 2 GHz on octa-cores, and it also has the Mali G72 GPU. You get 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of onboard storage, and if you decide to use the hybrid tray, you can pop in a micro SD card of up to 512 GB. The phone has a 4000 mAh battery and can support fast charging, and a 10-watt charger is included inside the box, but I'm assuming you can get a faster charging charger and charge up the device. The phone is also water repellent. It's not water resistant. It is water repellent with an IPX2 coating. Let's talk about the highlight feature of the Moto One Macro, which is the macro lens or the macro camera on the back. It has a focusing distance of 2 cm, which allows you to get really up close and personal with your subject. The good thing is that because there is a laser autofocus module on the back of the device, it allows you to focus on your subject really up close and personal as well. So you don't have to waste time manually focusing on your object. It sort of automatically does it, and it does a pretty good job of focusing. You get really good close-up results as you would expect with a macro lens, and you can really have some fun and have interesting perspectives on your images. The only downside is that all the images are in 2 megapixel, and the minute you pop them on a larger display or the minute you upload it to any kind of image sharing site, the image will be further compressed and you lose a lot of information on that image. And as it is out of the main camera, which is the macro camera, the 2 megapixel shots are really noisy and have a lot of deterioration even on an HD display. So you'll find that if you do upload a macro shot anywhere and somebody is looking at it on a larger display, they won't really see what you see on your phone, and hence the whole macro aspect of things sort of falls away from the phone. The main camera is although pretty good, and you still get all your UI functionality from a Motorola. So you can have your spot color, your cinemagraph, all of those things you can get with the regular 13 megapixel camera. Also a portrait mode, which with the laser autofocus gives you a good amount of depth if that is something that you're interested in getting. As far as performance is concerned, the device scores 140,000 approximately on Antutu, and on Geekbench 5, which is the latest version of Geekbench, you also get scores which match the Antutu score a little bit. So 288 on single core and 1447 on multi-core. There are a few things that are really nice about the phone. The build quality seems nice. The camera layout and the concept of having a macro lens is definitely new. Nobody else has done it. People sort of tend to go towards a wide angle or telephoto. Motorola has managed to pop in a macro lens in there. I also like Motorola's user interface, one of the best UIs, which is more or less like stock Android. The only downside is A, I'm not pretty happy with the MediaTek chipset, and B, the 2 megapixel macro lens sort of takes away from the macro capability of the device because the end result is not the greatest. That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button, share it with a friend who's interested in checking this phone out, and if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell notification icon to join the team. This has been Bharat. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.